Kiana here from Being in Sync 366 video series. I wanted to, just doing a hair check. I wanted to talk today about getting older. And sometimes people think that getting older can be scary. So I wanted to see, are you afraid of getting older? and really look at, first of all, thank you for being here. Second of all, if you're new here, thank you. If you're a returning person who watches these lives later, thank you. Thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being in sync and aligning one step at a time. So today, give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you're new. And if you have a topic that you want me to cover, please feel free to put it in the chat and or send me a message. So getting older is scary for a lot of people because it's essentially walking into the unknown. You know, most people have not taken time to plan how they want to be as they get older. And a big aspect of that is that they're lost in their mind, or they're just focusing on their job that is right in front of them because life is so stressful. But what happens when we don't start to plan how we want to be is that we lose our focus and connection within. And so before we know it, we're at an age to where we have things happening within our body that certainly could have been prevented had there been some mental clarity around what it is that you wanted to age like. And I think the first person that I've heard of publicly in recent years talking about age and what happens when people age is Dr. Attia. Now, although I'm not an Attia fan, he does bring forward this idea about what happens when you age and how to, hey Pablo, how to plan for when you do get older. So what happens when you get older? People have problems with their physical body. They have problems with their mental body, you know, dementia or lack of clarity or amnesia or whatever it might be. There is a lot of things that people struggle with as they get older, and they have not planned for what those things will be. So get some clarity around who you are becoming. We're always in a state of becoming. We're always in a state of energy flow and a rhythm. But if we don't take time to think about who we want to become, what happens is you just repeat the patterns and you keep doing the things that you've done. And here's the question I want you to ask yourself. Are you aligned to your purpose? Most people who are afraid of getting older are afraid of, and they can't put these to words, but I'm just going to put it to words as I understand it. People are scared of getting older because they have lived their life away from their purpose. That means their alignment might be slightly askewed. That doesn't mean that they hate their job. It means that they're doing their job the way that they've always done it. And that aspect is keeping them from being in alignment with who they are meant to be. And when you are doing that, you will have regrets. You will have sorrows. You will have elements of being scared. So how can you know what your purpose is? Well, how are you aligned? How do you feel when you're doing it? Do you just get up and do the same thing every day because that's what you've always done? Pablo says he's still going through puberty and he looks like he's 26. Hey, I actually think that depends on where you live. Everybody is their own unique self, Pablo. You are your own unique self. What I would ask you is, are you in alignment with your purpose? And you cannot think your way into your purpose. You feel your way into your purpose. Your purpose is going to be totally connected to your heart. It's not connected to your job. It will be connected to how you are doing your job. Not what your job is, but how you're doing what you're doing. That is how your purpose is fulfilled. And you will be less scared, less ambivalent, less concerned with getting older when you're in alignment. Because when you're in alignment, age ain't nothing. It's just a thing. It's a thing that happens in this society, in our very three-dimensional society. However, when you realize that your soul is eternal, and what is age anyways? When you go on for infinity, not infamy. Maybe some of you for infamy. Okay. Pablo says he's got it all figured out and he's okay with being in the 1%. Hey, welcome to the 1% club. Most people do not understand that being different is alignment. And except for the few of us, Pablo, Pablo, you and I are in that club of the 1% club. And the 1% club is those people who are aligned to their uniqueness and are totally fine with being okay with who they are, regardless if they're accepted or not accepted. Because when you're in the 1% club, you're not trying to be accepted by other people. You're working on accepting yourself and all your brilliance. So that comes from being in alignment. If you're not in alignment, you won't be in the 1% club, okay? Even though you might do things differently, that doesn't make you a 1%er. But I want to stay focused on this thing called age, okay? Once you have alignment with your purpose, you must look at the steps required to follow that. Those steps that are required are going to come from listening to your heart answers, not your thinking process. You might be like, Kiana, how do I listen to my heart? Eventually, when you're in pure alignment, your heart will rule your decision making, not your head. So you want to just continuously check in with your heart. Is this in alignment with my heart? Are these the next steps that are in alignment with my heart? If you are getting resistance, you want to pause until you're fully connected with your heart. So I want to talk briefly about being unprepared to get older, and really how to prepare, which was obviously you want to know, what are you becoming? What are you focused on becoming? Who do you want to be? How do you want to be? Those are really important. But the other thing is you must look at, there are precursors to our alignment for when we age, and it starts from the here and now. So you don't want to be 80 years old trying to stop dementia, although that you stop it when you can stop it. But there are things that you could do now in your health that will stop and change your direction of your future. So if you're not looking at how you want to be, so one of the things I want to be is I want to be strong. I want to be able to do everything I want to be able to do. I want to work out. I want to go for my walks. I want to play. I want to be able to sit on the floor without hurting. Those things require muscles and strength, muscle discipline. If you're not paying attention to those aspects within your body, when you're 70, 80 years old, it's going to be quite challenging. Most people are focused on the physical aspect and not what is required for the mental. And mental clarity requires doing things now differently. Not in the moment when you get to the age that you want to have the mental clarity. You want to have mental clarity now. How many people do you know that are on antidepressants, anxiety medicine, some type of prescription that has some type of side effect that directly impacts how your brain circuitry is working? You must look at getting clear within yourself. And that will help you, that's just going to help you live life more fully. And when you're living life more fully, you're not going to be afraid of getting older because you're living fully. It's that simple. So I'm curious. Any questions? Let me see. I'm not selling anything. Somebody asked me, what are you selling? I'm not selling anything. I'm just helping people to get aligned to being in sync. And if they're interested in coming and having a service with me, then they may. But I'm not here selling anything. I'm here to share a different perspective on how to get into alignment in accordance with the natural laws. And that's really what these videos every single day are about. If you wish to have a session, you may. Where am I from? I'm from Orange County, California, in the United States. Another person asking me, where am I from? Somebody says, come on with it, says, she's got wisdom. Thank you. Funny name. Do I know Candace? I don't know. I know a Candace, but I don't know what Candace you're referring to. Pablo, you're saying you can't figure out my website? There's a link in the description of all the videos except for the one that's going live right now, to go to www.kiannaa, KIANNAA.com. There's also a link for a phone number. You could call and leave a message there on my website. You could also go to beinginsync.com. My purpose is helping my family. Well, your purpose, that's a doing purpose. So I'm come on with it says his purpose is helping his family. And I really want to speak to this specifically because I think that's an honorable purpose. However, that is a doing type of a thing. A purpose is a being and experience. It's experiential. It's not a doing thing. So it's how you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. Does that make sense? That's what your purpose is. How you're doing what you're doing, not what you're doing. And I think people get those confused. So thank you for helping me make that distinction. Your purpose is going to be experiential. It is going to be your experience, not what you are doing. So you want to align to your purpose. So if your purpose is truly helping your family, how are you aligning to doing that that's in accordance with the natural laws? Because most people focus on supporting their family financially, and that is what keeps you in misalignment from the natural laws, because the natural laws are not locked into the physical manifestations. They're locked into they're not even locked in. They are in alignment with the being aspects of who we are. Pablo says, I'm going to be recovering from surgery. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hey, Eric. Pablo, I'm so sorry you're going to have surgery. So if somebody here, like Pablo, is going into surgery of any kind, the first thing you want to do is make sure you're in pure connection with your heart and set a very clear and specific intention. I have a whole program on here for intention setting to synchronicity to help people get grounded in the practice of intention setting. Definitely you want to set an intention for your surgery, for your recovery, and every day that you're in your recovery. Specifically for those of you who are going under anesthesia. Anesthesia has a lasting impact on the physical body, the mental body, and the emotional body. So you want to make sure that you're intentionally connecting all the core of all of your bodies before surgery, and then intentionally calling back all your bodies after surgery, because those medicines that they're giving you disconnect your bodies, you energetically, and your light body is really how you are accessing your multidimensional aspects. So really focus on intention, and I will say a prayer for you, Pablo. Please let me know when that is in the comments so we can hold you in light and love and harmony. Eric, so good to see you here. Okay. Van is trolling. Thank you. And he said to Van, he said to quit your day job. Thank you so much. Come on with it. Pablo says he thinks you, I feel like it's my purpose. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Pablo. And then we talking about, I don't know what your purpose is. It got blocked. Your purpose is blocked. Too much drama. Okay, Vam. Vam. Okay, I just blocked Vam for these unwanted messages. Okay, so for those of you who are feeling scared, I want to, about getting older, that would be a misalignment. And anytime you are feeling doubt, fear, worry, it's an invitation to go within, inward. So if you are doing your job because you've always done this job and you've always gone and done it this particular way, what I would offer you is that look at how you are being in your doing this. That is the purpose. You want to do what you're doing in alignment with the natural laws. So if you are doing your job to survive, that is not in alignment with the natural laws, okay? Your purpose doesn't have to do anything with making money. It's zero. Your purpose has zero to do with making money. I'm sorry, Pablo. I'm not sure what I missed on your comments here. I'm going back. Okay. If there's any questions, let me know. I'm trying to think specifically of the people that have messaged me about being afraid of getting older. And I've addressed one specifically. I think I've addressed all of the people that have messaged this. So the key to your purpose is how you are being in connection with unity, with humanity, with being in service. Those are the three things that should be in your purpose. So that's what you want to look for. So Pablo says that adult films are his purpose. Well, then, you know, I would say I invite you back to God because that is the work of manipulation and hedonism, and those are misalignments. Okay. Thank you so much for you all being here. I hope this is helpful. Why is that a misaligned? So, porn was developed specifically to mind control people into ways of being that go against the natural laws, that bring them away from their heart and into behaviors that disconnect them from God. That's why that whole industry was created. Is it profitable? Yeah, because people are easily manipulated when they're disconnected. It's not about legal or illegal, it's about alignment to the natural laws, Pablo. I have careers in the new paradigm available on this YouTube that will help you get aligned to your purpose. They will help you get a promotion, they will help you go into alignment. But you have to do the exercises. So go do careers in the new paradigm, Pablo. If you are watching porn or in porn or using and noticing your behaviors are misaligned from the natural laws, you know, I think your questions are really legitimate because I think there are a lot of people that are misaligned in their behaviors and they don't even know what harm they're doing. So Pablo, why some people might say that you're gaming me, I think you're actually bringing a lot of value to these lives. Not only because I enjoy your questions but the misalignments happen with manipulation and vulnerabilities within your mind. So if your mind is not right and you are being drawn into behaviors that are addictive, for example, those are vulnerabilities for your spirit. So he's saying that he's not interested in child. It doesn't matter. The whole industry is based on manipulation of your mind to weaken your mind. So you think that you can't do things without doing these deviant behaviors. And the mind is easily controlled. If you guys have not looked at some of the military grade weapons that have been used against military people, against humans, Canada is in a huge lawsuit right now over MK Ultra and how people were manipulated. Those manipulations are still occurring. So the only way to avoid manipulation and to avoid going into places of fear and abandonment and rejection is to develop a stronger connection within. Anyways, if you are focused on an age for yourself, and ageism is a big thing for a lot of people, what you want to look at are the conditions and beliefs that you have been connected to that go against the natural laws. So that go against God, essentially. And you want to start unplugging from all of those beliefs that have you believing that, you know, if you're old, then this is going to happen. So there's a lot of women that really believe in a lot of programmed weaknesses that happen. Programming is done through your consciousness. So to raise in consciousness, you must get clear and you must start unplugging from conditions that you believe, beliefs that you are practicing without your own awareness. So meaning your beliefs lead to conditions. And then you also want to look at how are you creating, co-creating who you want to be. And now, if you are not consciously co creating who you're becoming, you are going to be left to the whims of the universe. Like somebody said to me today on a session, like, oh, well, isn't that going with the flow? No, that's non participation. That's not going with the flow. You must be in connection to your heart all the time so you don't get distracted. Pablo, my husband's younger. He's saying he's wants to go with an older woman. Do not let age distract you from who you are meeting. People get hung up on age all the time. That is all programming. Now, just because you married older or younger, that doesn't mean you don't have age issues. Figure out what your beliefs are and start reconnecting your beliefs in alignment with your heart. If you do that, you will be living your life with an amazing vitality and lots of energy. You will have so much resources. So, anyways, Pablo, I don't see any questions here. Okay, I'm going to go. I hope you found this helpful and useful about age, ageism, aligning to your purpose, aligning to what is real and authentic within you, and knowing that it's never too late to become aligned. My name is Kiana Sage, and I guide people to peace. Have a great day.